is no longer there. Yeah. Okay. Now we are uh, we are exploring the separation of I. What is the prior to the I? What separate the thought, the thinking, the ego? What is that?
What separates?
The apparent separation. One can see it more like the ocean and the wave. There is no and wave, but appears as wave or appear as a bubble, but it is not, the bubble in a river, but it is oneness without the two. But as we are contracted to this I and the name, Lenny, Kenny, but you are more than the name. You are more than the body and mind. Because body, mind, you accumulated as growing up. As growing up, this is good for me, this is not good for me. I am and I am not. So the demarcation, the analyzing, the all the layer after layer, like the very onion, okay. Where is the onion in the onion? Where is it? When you take layer by layer, do you find the onion there?
It must be the nucleus.
Huh?
It must be the center.
Must be?
Should be. You peel it away, and what's left is the middle. What's in the center?
Yeah, no. Like layer by layer is nothing. Nothing. Nothingness is everythingness. Everythingness is nothingness. So is the layers, the memory. Memory is layer after layer after. The prime thought, I am the body. And then whenever you walking, I am going from Culver City to Beverly Hills. I'm going from I. Who is this I? You can show me the I. Is it the body? Is it the hands and the body? No. It's more the mind which you cannot see with the eyes, but mind is subtle body. Body, mind are like two sides of the same coin. But when you go deeper, deeper means uh, you can see it more clearly as we talked about the ocean and the wave. The same way, the I appearing as separate, but it cannot be separate because you are the wholeness. Wholeness as oneness, but then get misidentified to the little contracted body mind. And mind is the time illusion. It's always future and past, past and future. Like the question you said, what was the, is it the same truth?
Yeah.
The truth is the word or God or peace of mind. They, like 50 to 100 words you can, but not the sleep, but the sound sleep when there is no I. There is no name and form identification. Are you still searching for the truth? In the dream, yes, you are searching. But in the sound sleep,
Okay, so if you're not dreaming,
there is no dreaming. In the sound sleep is the very identification, the ego is gone for that 20 or 30 minutes. That's where the sound sleep. Sound sleep means zero mind or no mind. You can put different words. Or truth or God, different words.
but you can't remember that moment.
Yeah, you because you cannot remember because it is beyond memory. It's beyond memory. The memory is just only the thinking in the domain of thinking. Thinking is stinking. That is the like the curse for the human being. Thinking is lucid dream. Lucid dream means appearing as real, but not really real. It's time bound. Thinking is the cause for pleasure, but thinking the same pleasure appear as pleasure, and after a while the other side come, the pain. So man is into yo-yo all the time. Pleasure, pain, loss and gain, name and fame are all the same. So then you say you are searching for the truth, or you can say you are searching for the God, but a little baby or cat or dog in their innocent space, are they still looking?
Do we know what the baby's looking for or not? They can't tell us.
Yeah, knowing or not knowing, but it's not the thinking mind that who am I, because it's already is. The sunlight is there, don't need to know what is the sunlight, where it came, it is. The wholeness. Wholeness is not separate, so the question does not arise of any question. The very apparent question, a question is the apparent fake. The reality, the truth, does not ask anything because it is itself the wholeness. Wholeness means, wholeness is what? The totality. East and west, home is the best. When you arrive home, you are not still running around, you have arrived. The same way, the monkey mind always chattering. The nature of the mind is the actually restlessness, and it is nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong because it has given birth to so much science, so-called science, but it's all apparent. It is all what you call lucid dreaming. It's a linear layer over the reality. If one understand it, the ego like a ghost, you put in a cup, it become cup. You put in a glass, it become glass. It occupies what it has, but slow and slow, it's like a weed take over the garden. That's where the problems start.
Hmm.
So ego very good, and that's why when you are growing, you feel more enthusiasm, more energy. When you are a child, young age, and slow, one start saying, "Oh, what I have collected, what I have gathered, all fake. It's a dream. Me and mine, the castle I have built, my children, my grandchildren, all that is like a lucid dream, because which I called my is not really mine, but it's only the situation which tell you me and mine." And that's why the many examples startle people when Madame Beverly Hills did not give millions and gave to the cats and not to her children, because she realized what kind of, I was calling my children, they never came to say hello even in 1 year, or never came to see. So this is the layer of the ego, fluffy identifications of the fake after fake after fake. The very the prime ignorance is I am the body, mind. Yes, body and mind is a window, is a reflecting, but you are that oneness without the two, means the wholeness without the holes. Holes are numbers, but wholeness is include all the numbers, and that's why the wholeness is the maximum energy is in no effort, the zero mind. Uh, so when you learn the art of effortless, now more and more intelligent people in inventing this winning the war, without the weapons. And that's when nowadays civilized people, more communication, understanding each other angles. The same way that you don't need to change and destroy the buildings and destroy. No, one come to the awareness, and awareness shift happens like how do you know the dream you are dreaming? When you wake up, the shift, what is shift? You change the channel from channel 2 to channel 3, or you in the car you shift gear, and then everything changes, the changer changes. You see the difference?
Hmm. Yes.
We as human beings, we have invented lies and the truth, but the real truth is including everything, is including, because it is beyond words, is beyond words. Truth cannot be defined, cannot be put in words, because it is not in the domain of words. The 26 alphabet is way beyond. Where is it? Either you live it or you miss it. What is that? How can you explain the beautiful sunlight out there in the garden? How do you define? Maybe 2 book, 5 book, but unless you are right there,
Mhm.
right there, right there, easiness can be defined? No, it can be pointed towards. You can point it, but you live it or you miss it. That's why the truth which is in the courthouse or that not that truth we are talking. Truth, this truth which include everything. Apparent truth, apparent lies, but beyond that, which the wholeness, all oneness, cannot be two, like it happened. You know those two little tiny stories, the two mamas saying, is my child, is my child. But the wisdom, the wise guy, the king says, okay, you're saying is my, okay, cut it into two pieces and give half and half. You have heard that.
Oh, yes, yeah, from the bottom.
Then what happened? Then the real mother says, don't need to cut and give half and half. Let it, give it to the other woman. What does that show? Relative truth. That means her emotion, which is deeper than the thinking mind, took over and says, and then people knew who was the real mother.
Mhm.
That's why we indicate toward the love. All you need is love. But the human beings have spoiled and adulterated as the word God, the same way they have messed up with the word God, the love. We have identified the word love to the objective world, what we see with the two eyes, what we see with the two eyes. But the one really real cannot be seen with these two eyes, is beyond the two eyes. And that's why the seers, they try to indicate that through silence or Lao Tzu or Tao Te Ching indicate that the truth which can be told is not the truth. Why they are indicating? Because it is something much greater. Greater, no, much lower, much the wholeness. Wholeness. It is beyond. Beyond and not. It's at the same time. It's beyond duality and yet duality. See?
Mm.
So, but the language, minimum language, is shut up your head. Shut it off. Then you will start understanding. You will start living it.
Mm.
See, the idea of the name, name and form, I'm 5 foot, I'm 6 foot, all that identification is the prime identification to the body. Now, for example, okay, read 2 lines of this. What is the body concept? Okay.
What is body consciousness?
Yeah.
It is the insensient body plus consciousness.
Ah.
Both of these must lie in another consciousness which is absolute and unaffected and ever abiding,
Hmm.
with or without body consciousness.
You see what he is pointing out toward, that the gurus, the Sadgurus, they can walk with the body, and also they have wisdom without the body. Why? Because it is absolutely independent. Like the light. The light can be apparent through the bulb body, but yet it is independent. So, like the perfume has to go through the rose flower, and yet, but is still beyond that. Excuse me. So, that way, the wholeness include the infinite include infinity and yet finity, both and both not at the same time. So why one is searching for the truth? No, one is not searching for the truth, but one is searching for the fake, because fake is not going to give the restfulness. In 9 months in the mother womb, it had the luxury of all luxury. Why? All needs are given without effort, without struggle, without wanting. Everything is coming: food, clothes, shelter. So it is pushed out, the child is pushed out, then it start crying. It come in the illusory world, illusory world of five senses, start accumulating memory, accumulating memories. The child want to know what is green, what is blue, what is, and it start. Then in the outer world, it try to create the another womb through cozy tubs, cozy club, cozy warmness. Is the basically the material world is the creating that luxury, luxurious womb. So the great sages, they create it because they give it to the Lord. The Lord, the beloved, whatever the Lord gives us, 2 bread or 4 bread, they say Hari Ichha. Hari Ichha means the Lord's will is perfectly blissful. That's how the great seers and great yogis, they live in the forest or jungles, but they're ecstatic. Ecstatic means that whatever the Lord, the beloved, is giving them, sometimes 3 meals, sometimes 1 meal, but they're totally content with the contentment. The desire does not ride them. So, but waking up or reality is the innocence of the heart. It is not something you need to practice or achieve or technique or no. It's the mind which has not gone crooked. That's all. It's that simple. You see how easy it is. And people, we miss it because it is too simple. Because we are achieving, we are trying to reach on 10th floor, some magical thing. This is the invention of the mind to survive that unknowable, some kind of siddhi, some kind of occult power. All that are inventions of the crooked mind. Otherwise, the pure mind can start enjoying the blade of grass. The little ordinary thing become extraordinary when the heart is transparent, pure, pure, and cannot hurt anybody because there is no body, there is no other, it's only the beloved. The beloved. That's all. The beloved expression in the form of material or nature or whatever. You cannot step out of the beloved. The beloved, the wholeness. And that's what unifies the two into oneness. Because you cannot unify, it already is. It already is the isness. The blessing already there is. It is already is. Either you enjoy or get glued to the fake lucid dream. Becoming is the lucid dream, but being already is. Being already is. Yeah. So, all search, all seeker already is. The seeker is the sought. And that's what the seeker is seeking the seeker. Already is. Only got lost, come back home. Already home. You are it. Tat Vam Asi. Thou art that. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.